So imagine this, you're sitting at home right now having a tiny channel making $24,000 in just 7 days, whilst other channels with millions of subscribers are struggling to make ends meet. How could that even be possible? What if I told you it's not about having a massive audience, but rather about serving a specific group of people much better than anyone else? Today I'm going to show you how small channels are doing exactly that. Remember, it's not about getting millions of views or becoming super famous. It's all about focusing on a few important things and doing them really well. And by the end of this video, you'll know the secret to making big money on YouTube, even if your channel is under 10,000 subscribers. Before we begin, make sure to check out the link in the description to get my 30 monetization tips in 30 days, completely free of charge. Alright, let's get started with something I call the BIG method. In my opinion, it's just a simple and a fun way to remember what you need to do in order to make big money on YouTube. The BIG stands for first, building trust, second, invest in great content, and third, grow your offers. So let's talk about each step and see how you can use them to start making some serious cash. First step, building the trust. This essentially means that people need to know you and feel like they can trust you. Now you can do this by making videos that really help them solve a problem or just teach them something new and useful. And when people genuinely see that you care and want to help, they will start to trust you more. Let's be honest, building trust doesn't happen overnight, but it's the most important part of growing your channel. And at the very start, when you have nothing, you can even start by just explaining why you're even making these videos. For example, just tell them a story. Maybe you started a channel because you love teaching, or maybe because it's something that you've learned the hard way and now you want to make it easier for others. When you share your personal journey, people start to feel connected to you. For example, I started my journey on YouTube back in 2020. I was selling on Amazon for about 2 years by then, and having made at the time over £500,000 in sales, I thought I had something valuable to share. You know, maybe some useful tips for other people who wanted to start off their Amazon FBA business, especially when we were all stuck at home during the pandemic. And guess what? When I started, the views were very low and the quality of the videos were terrible. But the few that did watch my videos, they did find them very useful because I had a clear purpose, a decent amount of experience, and some good value to give. And also, and I can't stress this enough, but you have to make sure you're consistent. You really have to post videos on a regular schedule so people know when to expect new content. It's kind of like your favorite TV show. If it came at random times, you'd get confused and you might even stop watching altogether. Pick a date and a time and stick to it. When I started for the next 2 years, I made sure that I had 2 Amazon related YouTube videos coming out every single week. When people trust you and know when to expect your new videos, they'll keep coming back. And that is exactly how you build a loyal audience. With all of that being said, now let's talk about investing into great content. This doesn't mean that you need to spend a lot of money. Essentially, it's all about putting in time and the effort into making your videos as good as it can possibly be. And it all just comes down to starting and thinking about what your viewers really want to learn or see. And in my opinion, you should just consider making a list of the common problems or questions that they have and just create videos to answer those questions. For example, when I started on Amazon FBA, instead of just me talking about me all the time, I tried to think about what are the pains and the problems that my ideal viewer is going through right now. And in my case, most of the time, they just wanted to set up an online Amazon FBA business, but they just didn't know where to start. So as a result, I made loads of Amazon tutorials. Then they wanted to know a little bit more about product research because it is so important in that business. And because of that, I did like 50 videos on just that one topic. And also I had to figure out the fact that they're investing money into this business. So they wanted to make sure not to make any mistakes. And guess what? I did plenty of videos around that too. Here is also a few things that you need to consider to make sure your content keeps getting better. If you're in a specific niche, think about using props or simple visuals to really explain your points. If you're, for example, talking about cooking, show the ingredients. If you're teaching math, then maybe you want to draw out it on a whiteboard. People learn a lot better when they can see what you're talking about. This was actually quite difficult for me in my case, but in your case, always think about how can I show this instead of just explaining it. Everyone loves stories. We just can't help ourselves. So share stories from your own life or from the people that you've helped. For example, if you're teaching about time management, then tell a story about how you used to struggle with being late all the time and then what you did to fix it. Stories make lessons stick in people's minds. With all of that being said, just please remember this: great content doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be helpful and interesting. All right, now let's talk about the favorite part where you actually start to make money, and that is growing your offers. This essentially means creating something special for your audience to buy, like a course, a guide, or even a private one-to-one sessions. And when it comes to this, my best advice is always to start small. You don't need to create something huge right away. When I started my offer, I had a simple 1-month mentorship plan for £199 a month. And this included unlimited email support and 1 Zoom call. And the idea at the time was simple. If people had questions around their Amazon FBA business or wanted to jump on a call, I was there to help them out. And that's how it all started. In my category, a lot of my YouTube videos were very helpful, but people wanted me to help out and check over their products or their listings on Amazon, or even just help them take that very first step. In other words, they needed that extra one-to-one support, and after watching my videos, they knew that I had the knowledge and the experience to help them. In your case, before you launch your offer, I would actually suggest to ask your audience what they really want. Now for this, you can use things like YouTube polls, Instagram stories, or just ask in your videos. Their feedback will help you create something that they really need. And I'll be honest, that is something that I didn't do at the time, but I know would have really helped me out. And remember, even if only a few people buy at first, that's okay. You're just getting started. The name of the game is to keep improving and listening to your audience. Okay, so now that we've covered the BIG, let me give you a few other tips that I've learned over the years that can really skyrocket your chances of getting paid as fast as possible with YouTube. First, just think about collaborating with others. Find other small YouTubers in your niche and work together. And to do this, you can do like shout outs, guest appearances, or even collaborate on a video. This helps you reach new viewers and build connections. This way, not only are you going to make a name for yourself as an expert in that niche, but you can also get a fresh set of people looking at your content. And a portion of them will start watching your videos consistently too. Second, please don't just rely on YouTube. Share your videos on other social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, or Facebook. Use things like short clips or highlights to get people interested and drive them to your main channel. Who knows what may happen, but if you just go viral on one of these videos, that will push a lot of people to check out your longer form videos too. And third, never forget to engage with your audience. That means reply to your comments, ask questions in your videos, and get to know your viewers. When people feel like they know you, they're more likely to support your channel and buy your offer. This may be a little bit more difficult later on in your journey, but at the very start, there is no reason why you can't answer those 3 comments you get every week. Please just keep on learning. Watch other YouTubers, take notes, take online courses, and just keep improving on your skills. The more you learn, the better your content will be. I myself have now spent thousands of pounds learning about how to appear on camera, how to tell stories, how effective thumbnails and titles work, and so on. So that's the BIG method. If you just want to make big money as a small YouTuber, build trust, invest in great content, and grow your offers. It's really that simple. And if you want to learn more, then click the link in the description for my 30 monetization tips in 30 days, where I will actually send you 1 golden nugget of information every day to help you start making money from social media. Thanks for watching, and please remember this: you don't need a big channel to make big money. You just need the right strategy.